Hi everybody, this is just a short video to show you how to update the firmware on your BREmote version 2 and its receiver for the new update. So as you can see down here in the latest update, we moved from version 1.1 to 1.2, and that means the software version and the config version has changed, and that means we need to do a bit more than just upload new firmware. Now to get started, however, the first thing we can do is just quickly connect with the serial terminal. I'm connecting to the RX right now, as you can see, and we can see down here software version is number 1. Now the first thing we can do is just copy the config string, and over here under the RX version 1 obviously put it in, and you can see this is our current config. And we may want to save that for later. So either save this config string somewhere as a text, or just leave this web page open and do not close it. To update the firmware, we just open the Flash download tool, select ESP32C3, click on OK. And then in this field, select the correct file. So in this case, we are going to select the new version 2.2.1 and then the rx.ino.bin without the merged. Now make sure that you close every serial terminal in the background. Click on disconnect here if you have this open, otherwise the upload will fail. Okay, now we can click on start. It's going to say sync, and a few seconds later you can also see do something in the background here. A few seconds later it should say download. Now if that doesn't happen or if it aborts, then really make sure that the COM port is selected correctly and that you actually disconnected from every other terminal. Also close tools like I had Cura, for example, so the 3D printer program automatically connect to my COM ports. So yeah, make sure that you close all programs in the background. Okay, now you can see it says finished. So now we can just close this window again and then quickly unplug and plug in the RX again, and then we can connect again. And now actually what you're going to see is it's going to start, and then it's going to tell us error version mismatch update firmware, because actually update firmware is incorrect in this case, but you can see the config version it detected is 1, but actually we are now at software version 2. So in this case we could downgrade the firmware again, or we just upgrade the config. And so now for that, actually what we're going to do on the RX or TX is put a question mark clear SPIFFS, so that means clear the local storage. And then after that we can do a reboot again. And now you can see it started and it cleared. So we cleared it before, now it says config does not exist, and it created a new one, and this is our new config string. Now this config string is reset to the base values. So what we need to do now is copy our old config to the new config. For that, it makes sense to just open another window here, and then in this case select the RX version 2, enter the string here, click on process data, and now you can see we can just put those windows side by side and we can see what changed. You can see obviously the version changed, and obviously we will not change that back, but now all the rest we can copy. So for example, RF power, before I had it -9, so I will put that as -9 again, and yeah, just go through all of those settings, check what has changed. You will see some new numbers, or there are some new numbers in the version 2 down here, most of them for follow me mode. You can ignore them for now. I will do another video explaining all of them in detail. One important thing you will see is before we had the foil button low and high, so a voltage when your battery is low and high. Now in the new version we don't have that anymore. What we actually do have is, and let me quickly find it for you, the foil number of cells. So here you just set the number of cells your eFoil has. So if you have a 14S pack, you just put the number 14 here, and then that's it. And that is because now we also have this way more accurate way to measure cell status or battery status. And I have made another video for this, so have a look in the description if you're interested. Or by default, if you just set the number of cells, it will also show you a rough estimation. Okay, and then after that, what you can also do in the bottom is copy the information if it was paired. Now you can see my dummy Rx on the left was not paired, but let's just assume it was paired to some random address here. Now what you can do is also just copy this, so set paired as 1, and then also just copy those addresses, and like that it will automatically be paired to the old remote that it was paired before again. Now once we are done with this, we just click on export base64, copy, and then just like before with a question mark setconf colon and a new config string. If we click on send and on reboot, you can see it has taken the new configuration, and then you can continue like it was before. Okay, I hope that video helped you. As I said, I will link the video in the bottom, which will explain a bit more about this new battery calibration if you're into that. If you have any questions, let me know, and see you soon. Bye.